Okay, today we're gonna do some pizza base. Now, what's the benefit of doing a pizza? The benefit of being pizza is that once you have learned the pizza base, you can actually put anything you want on top of it. Okay, for example, if you are cooking something in the morning and then you have got some dry dish that you have made, there's some balance, and in the evening you want to heat it up, you could just use it as a topping for your pizza. So what we'll need for the pizza base is 1 cup of flour. I'm going to add a bit of salt, approximately 1/4 of a teaspoon. Then I'm going to add some sugar, 2 teaspoons of sugar. And 1 teaspoon of yeast. I'm using instant yeast. The benefit of using instant yeast is that you do not need to activate the yeast. Just add them all together in a dry form first. Give it a good shake. And then we're going to add slightly less than half a cup of water. After you add it together, you're just going to mix it up. So it becomes a nice and soft dough. Not really very soft, just a normal dough in this case. And then we continue to mix them. You could use a mixer if you have one to mix the dough. But in my case, I don't have a mixer for that, so I'll just use my hand. After I mix it for 1 or 2 minutes, all the water has been absorbed by the dough. I then add the butter, approximately 1/3 a tablespoon. If you have time, you can allow the butter to get soft. But of course, in my case, I'm always in a rush. So I'll just add it cold as it is, because when I mix it together, the heat from my palms will already melt the butter. So I put it somewhere in the middle and I squash it into the dough. And then we'll knead this for at least 20 minutes. Okay, this is the most important part. You really need to mix it up properly and you need to knead it properly for 20 minutes. So at the start, you just knead it this way. I use a plastic bag because I don't want to dirty my hand. You could also do it on a board, flour board or something like that. I always like to use a plastic so that it's easier, everything is nice and clean. After half an hour, the loaf of bread has already expanded to twice its volume. So now we're just going to place it on a pan. So first of all, we add some baking paper on it, and then we add the pizza dough. Okay, so in this case, we knock off all the air first. After we have done that, we're just going to shape it according to the pizza we want. It's now quite soft. It's very easy to make it to the pizza. So we spread it out, it forms the size that we need. After we have spread it out properly, we're going to allow it to rise for the second time. Okay. In this case, we can either cover it to allow it to rise, or I'm going to use the oven. I'm going to put it at 40 degrees for another half an hour. So after I made it out nice and flat to the size that I need, I'm going to allow it to rise. After 30 minutes at 40 degrees Celsius, the bread has risen to a significant volume, and the pizza is now ready to put anything you want. Okay, so you can put in ham, you can put in beef bolognese, you can put in anything you want. For today, I'm just going to add some fish that I fried with earlier. Okay, so this fish has been marinated with some sauce and all this. Okay, this fish is actually semi-cooked. I did not cook it it's totally cooked because I wanted to put it on the pizza. If you have it totally cooked, after you put it on the pizza, it will be slightly overcooked. Okay, so the fish has been fried with approximately half a tablespoon of sugar, 1/4 to half teaspoon of salt, okay, 1 lime juice, 1 lime, okay, and then I put in a little bit of cream cheese and butter as well, and I put in some Chinese parsley to give it that green look. The Chinese parsley is not fried together. After the fish is fried, the Chinese parsley is just added raw onto it. And then bake it in the oven at 220 degrees Celsius for 16 minutes.